So it seems to be Nia Long actually conveys a ton of hatred towards Jada Pinkett Smith, in light of the fact that supposedly she actually has an insane measure of doubt for Jada and Nia have consistently had a ton of monsters. And I sincerely don't believe it's going anyplace at any point in the near future, regardless of how enthusiastically they attempt to persuade the world that all is great between them. It's sort of strange to see Nia Hamburger with somebody for such a long time, since she simply doesn't appear to be the kind of individual to hold feelings of spite for such a long time. And I mean 25 years now. A piece of this is a result of how the business was continually setting them in opposition to one another, assuming you think the business is one-sided and screwed up towards people of color. Now, kid, then you must envision what it resembled. Harking back to the 90s, even now the business actually sets individuals of color in opposition to one another and drives them to go up against each other. Yet it was way more awful during the 90s. It additionally didn't help that there were not very many people of color at the highest point of the business in those days, so there was an insane measure of rivalry. Began truly filling in as an entertainer. There were around 4 of us, the ladies, that were I was in steady contest with. Generally it was me and Jada. I was like, gracious, do you need the earthy colored skin, fiery young lady? Or do you need that fair-looking, zesty young lady? And it was this consistent contest and correlation between them that sort of lighted this quarrel and made it unthinkable for them to be companions. It likewise didn't help that Nia had an exceptionally impressive character and didn't permit herself to be harassed or moved by Jada or Jada's group. As a matter of fact, Nia's character's serious areas of strength for is such an extent that she has frequently been blamed for being a diva. Chief Malcolm Lee, who worked with Nia on the film The Best Man, was one of the main individuals that guaranteed that Nia is a diva, and she is challenging to work with, and Nia can be a cycle of a test. Definitely, well, no doubt she was a challenger pair, a smidgen he didn't believe that we should record her. Or nothing at first, no doubt. Well, listen, you realize, look, they're all extremely gifted individuals, and they generally accompany their own stuff. They need their own thoughts. Now the film was delivered in 9, yet these EVA charges are not going anyplace at any point in the near future too. Or quite a while back, the hair and cosmetics team on the arrangement of the television series Real tracked down a grumbling against Nia for abusing them. As per TMZ, Nia Long was such a bad dream on the arrangement of Domain. The hair and cosmetics people, hotel and authority objection against her, and Nia additionally took steps to sue the show over an ill-advised farewell. Various individuals, cast team and creation individuals, tell TMZ Nia was discourteous and amateurish all through her run on the show. Neil additionally got into a fight with Taraji P. Henson on this set on the grounds that Taraji purportedly could have done without the way that Nia treated the team individuals on the show. TMZ revealed that Nia appeared late soon after starting her stretch on the show, provoking one of the male entertainers to joke, "Darn, for what reason are you on individuals of color time?" We're informed that that made Nia see red, reprimanding the person. The entertainer told her it was only a joke, yet she kept scolding him. And that is when Taraji terminated back, "What are you on your period?" Is it that time, sweetheart? Things got superheated, and it set the vibe for a relationship that was scarcely considerate. Taraji has forever been really defensive of the cast and group, and everybody was in her corner. Definitely Nia ain't at any point thumped the Diva allegations, yet she truly emerged to deny the Diva claims in case that she was solid-willed and individuals mixed up it as her being a diva. This is what I, in all actuality, do realize. Nia Long knows her light. Nia Long knows her cosmetics. Nia Long knows her hair. And you most likely can't talk me into something different, except if you show me to call that troublesome. Then sorry, Nia has consistently had an exceptionally impressive character. And when you add that to the way that she and Jada were constantly compelled to rival each other, well, It's not hard to see the reason why they would clash. We as a whole realize that Jada likes to be in charge consistently and control everything. And when she's confronted with somebody like Nia, who will match her transition to move, well, things can get pretty chaotic. So not exclusively were they contenders, yet they likewise went to foes, sort of in light of the fact that they never confided in one another. Now you all may be asking why they actually haven't moved past their hamburger as of recently. I mean, they are the two veterans in the business at the present time, and the business is more comprehensive than it was in those days. And they never again need to vie for similar jobs, so they ought to relinquish things and begin to retouch their relationship right well. That is not precisely imaginable in light of the fact that supposedly actually has zero faith in Jada. And this time this is a result of the manner in which Jada treats her significant other, Will Smith. And in the event that you're asking why Nia is so made a fuss over how Jada is treating Will, this is on the grounds that she and Will used to be truly dear companions before he and Jada got hitched, and their marriage turned into a public joke. They cooperated on The New Ruler of Bel-Air, where Nia played Will's better half and life partner. They fostered a fellowship on set. And it seems as though Nia disapproves of the manner in which Jada has been treating Will. And to be fair, Nia is all in all correct to stress on the grounds that Jada has gone under a ton of fire for dealing with Will like poo. And everything began way before they got hitched, in light of the fact that Jada might well look sort of desirous of her relationship with Tupac. And surprisingly, however, Pop has been away for such countless years. Currently, Will, in any case, hasn't moved past his envy of the adoration Jada had for Tupac. Oh dear. Better believe it, yet she simply cherished him like he was the picture of flawlessness. Yet she was with a new sovereign, so it resembled I never could like, even we were in a room 2 or multiple times. I was unable to address him, and dislike his hamburger was unwarranted, in light of the fact that clearly Tupac was a typical subject in their family, since Willow composed a letter to him when she was 11. She said, "Dear Tupac, I realize you are alive in some spot. I feel that my mother truly misses you. Might you at any point, if it's not too much trouble, return? Could you at any point return so Mama and me can be blissful? I wish you were here. I truly love Willow." Definitely that was hella unusual, yet that is some way or another not the most exceedingly terrible of it. I mean, we'll go through 3 years arranging a colossal birthday celebration for her 40th. That should assist with lifting her out of her downturn and emotional meltdown that she was in, yet by the day's end Jada didn't see the value in it. And she tossed everything back right in front of him. 37th birthday celebration. I employed a high schooler to coordinate her 40th birthday celebration. I recruited a narrative group. I followed Mom's family roots. It would have been what lifted her out of this emotional meltdown. And it would have been my most profound, most lovely declaration of affection. And she's let me know that the party was the most crazy showcase of my inner self. And don't even get me going on the time she conceded that she never needed to wed, yet her mother constrained her to. I truly didn't have any desire to get hitched yet. We just got hitched in light of the fact that Gammy was crying. Great Gammy, this happened when it was as though Gammy was like, "You need to get hitched," and afterward she makes recordings offending him and afterward posts the video online, so that the world might be able to see. Would you say she has been instrumental in you are not rethinking our relationship? I would agree. Don't simply begin shooting me without asking me. Wow, there come assist us with again satisfying. I'm actually managing stupidity. No doubt cause she don't. And we should not get into how Might's vacation experienced a significant defeat after the whole Oscar dramatization. Yet hello, essentially they're straightforward with one another in light of the fact that they say odd stuff like, "We ride together, we kick the bucket together, awful marriage for life." No doubt their marriage is a hopeless train wreck, and we can clear perceive how bored so can Nia. And obviously this adds more to her abhorrence of Jada. I mean, things were awful between them in any case. Yet Jada exacerbated it when she began abusing me as a long-term companion. Now Nia didn't openly disgrace Jada, yet she tossed such an excess of shade that it was really clear her thought process of her. In a meeting Nia said I recently recalled that Will was this vivacious, silly, entertaining person that was fixated on playing golf and tennis shoes. And he was the very most joyful individual. He resembled Disneyland Smith, was like Disneyland during the new ruler of Bel Air. And I love him, and I will continuously cherish him. And he's had a staggering profession. And he's worried about a concern for a long time to attempt to address what flawlessness resembles or accomplishment seems to be. And I don't feel that essentially, when we were growing up, there was space to be human. And I believe he's currently ready to be human. Nia fundamentally called Jada out for running Will's life and transforming him from the cheerful and ridiculous individual he used to be to somebody who worries about a concern. In the wild piece of this is that individuals are on close to side since they are delivering her, Will asking them to date as of now. They're a familiar saying. And both Will's children are developed, and Nia is a single parent. Their zodiac viable. And they ought to offer it a chance. Nia, you ought to have hitched Will whenever you get the opportunity. You would have improved a much spouse, I will give you that. And I generally believed Will Smith should wed Nia Long. I was disheartened to figure out it was Jada's show. This is one boat that I never saw coming, yet I would like to understand what you folks think. Do you think Nia is correct or wrong to, in any case, despise Jada and be dubious of her after this time? And what is your take on Will? And close to seeking after a relationship like it? Or love it? Let me in on your thought process. And afterward, look at this next video.